Hello, and welcome back to Time to Cook. And today, well, honestly, I don't even have a pun to go with this episode's title because we're looking at Negro y Azul. Hope that doesn't sound offensive. Very scared to be saying this episode's title. But, yes, this episode, so if you thought Peekaboo was bonkers, this episode, I mean, it only has really one bonkers moment, but, and you probably already, and to those who've already seen this episode, you might already know what I'm talking about. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But yes, this episode starts off with Walter going over to Jesse's apartment and tries to talk to him about, well, what he did last episode, that being, well, dealing with a breakage and, well, and a man, getting his head smooshed by a ATM, which, by the way, why the hell did they have that in their home? Doesn't matter. But Walter and Jesse, he's just fucking out of it, man. And Walter decides to give Jesse a bit of a pep talk by telling him he's a blowfish, which gives Walter the idea to finally start to expand their meth-selling territory. Now, let's get into probably the main bit of this episode, is that Hank received a promotion, and now he works at both Albuquerque, New Mexico, but now also works at a DEA office in El Paso, Texas, which, I mean, good for him. Getting up in that world. But, like, people are making fun of Hank in this because at this new office, one, because he doesn't speak Espanol, he doesn't speak Spanish, and they kind of mock him for saying that he doesn't deserve to be here, even though they say he was a local hero, which, I mean, he is. He took down a freaking massive drug lord, so, I mean, need to give him a little bit of cred. And there's a third plot in this episode involving Skylar deciding to get a job for herself to, I guess, help get their family through financial shit, and that job is an old job she used to work at before the show started. And that whole part isn't really important as of right now, so I'm not really going to mention it that often. In fact, it's really only one scene. I just need to mention the scene because it's in the plot. But anyway, now that is the plot of the episode. Now let's get into the reason why I think a lot of people are probably going to remember this episode, and that's the fucking ending, being where Hank and his new El Paso buddies are conducting a drug operation sting in the El Paso desert, where they see a turtle that has the head of an informant on its shell, and that head happens to belongs to the actor of Danny Trejo. Yes, Danny Trejo's in this episode. I guess it's a bit of a small cameo. But yeah, he gets fucking his character gets fucking decapitated, and his head's put on a freaking tortoise shell because his character's name is the Tortoise. And then after, like, the El Paso guys mock Hank for, like, not being able to stomach seeing a decapitated head, which I think that's fair. The turtle fucking explodes, and, like, it's pure madness. It is pure madness. And Hank is the only one left, well, intact. And now he has to tend to all this shit. And that's how the episode ends. And why? It's so bonkers, but so good. But it is, holy shit. This episode's fucking great. Do I have any problems with Negro y Azul? I kind of do, and that is it has a kind of inconsistent pace, being where it kind of like the Walt, Jesse, and Skylar stuff doesn't really need. In fact, there's a couple scenes I didn't even mention in this episode of Walt talking to Skinny Pete and Badger. I didn't even mention those because they're not even really even that important as of now. But yeah, this episode does have a bit of a pacing issue where stuff happens, halt, stuff it's a noticeable pace issue, but I still enjoy this episode. So, Negro, I think I pronounce that word different every single time I say it. Negro, I don't want to get fucking Negra, there we go, Negra. That shouldn't get me canceled. Negra, why Azul will be receiving a 8 out of 10. But hey, tomorrow we'll be meeting a very special somebody. A very special man who goes by the name of Saul Goodman. Yeah, tomorrow we're looking at Better Call Saul. No, the episode, not the show. The show will come after. But also keep in mind, tomorrow and on Sunday will, instead of being just 2 Time to Cooks, you'll be getting 4 Time to Cooks on Saturday and Sunday. So I've changed it to where if I have a full free day to myself, such as where I have nothing big like a school or stuff like that, I will give you 2 Time to Cooks alongside any other video topics I decide to bring up that day. So yeah, anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. Goodbye.